Man United! What's going on, guys? John here, checking in for the United View, the match report of the game. Manchester United versus Brentford. The game has ended 2-1 to Manchester United. We finally secured 3 points. I know it's against Brentford, and I know it should be easy, but let's just celebrate the win. A sigh of relief for us Manchester United fans, a sigh of relief for Erik ten Hag, and a sigh of relief for those players, because I guarantee you they're in that locker room right now going like, whew. And they all owe a nice fat little present for Scott McTominay, because Scott came off the bench with a worldie of a dying minute performance to score 2 goals to secure 3 points for Manchester United. Oh my days, how have we come away with that result? Thomas Frank and Brentford must be fuming. To be fair, Manchester United have been controlling most parts of the match with respect to possession, but what's the point of having possession? What's the point of nice fancy plays, passages through the third? What's the point of switching the ball from one side to the other? What's the point of all of that if we can't score? What's the point of all of it? Anyways, before I go on any further, I just want to take this moment to send some love to Sir Alex Ferguson and to his family during this extremely difficult time. Just a few days ago, we've heard the news of Lady Kathy Ferguson, Sir Alex's wife, her passing. And my heart goes out to Sir Alex and his family, and my deepest condolences. And I was kind of low-key hoping that today's performance and today's win will be for Sir Alex and his family. I think I saw a picture of Sir Alex in the stadium. I'm not sure if he was actually at the game or not. But regardless, this should have been a win for Sir Alex in a clean performance. And it wasn't. Yeah, we might have been looking pretty. But again, Manchester United seems to be in this rhythm. It's insane how we can't wash this off. It feels like almost like a bad addiction to a bad drug, where we start okay, we start looking okay, and we're improving little by little. But it's always final third, the final pass, the final goal, the final shot, final everything. The final oomph is lacking from Manchester United. And I think the word that perfectly describes Man United right now is disjointed. We look disjointed everywhere. It looks like we want to scratch our head with our left hand, but it seems like we're scratching our butt with our right hand. It looks like we want to touch our right shoulder, but we're touching our left ass. Like, I don't know what's going on. They look disjointed. And the final oomph is always lacking. And then, sequentially, almost as if it was written in the stars, Manchester United conceded against the run of form. Let's talk a little bit about that, because once again, it was an unacceptable situation for Erik ten Hag's boys. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you know how much I bloody love Casemiro. I thought he was my favorite player, the best player last season. But this season, he has not been good. For whatever reason, whether it be because maybe it's because he's lost a yard of pace, maybe it's because he can't stay as fit as he used to, the age is catching up to him, is it an exhaustion issue? Whatever it is, this man is a 5-time Champions League winner. This man has won everything there is to win for Real Madrid. You cannot have a lapse in concentration the way Casemiro did. That pass to Amrabat, which he scuffed, he was pretty much right in front of the 18-yard box. Not right in front, but he's standing in front of his 2 central defenders. 2 central defenders, the 4th and 5th choice, by the way, Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, which I want to talk to a little bit later. He's standing in front of his deputized center backs, in front of his deputized fullbacks. That entire back four is not the strongest back four on paper or whatever it is. And you expect Casemiro to be a bit more tidier than that. He sees the Brentford player in front of him. He sees Amrabat here. He sees the Brentford player here. And yet he still makes that pass. It's not even like he recognized the defender. Excuse me. It's not even like he stood there seeing the Brentford player in front of him and realizing that the only way the pass is going to connect to Amrabat, who's pretty in close distance to that Brentford defender, is to fizz a pass, a strong pass. It's not even that. He just taps it as if he's putting a golf ball into a hole. What is my man doing? What is he doing? Similar to what Andre Onana did last game against Galatasaray. What are they doing? I can't tell if this is a lapse in concentration or if it's literally because these players are completely shot out of confidence. I don't know what the problem is, but when you're seeing this, it feels like a virus that's infected the entire team. It's a virus where it saps you of the confidence, it saps you of the concentration, it saps you of all the things required to be focused in a Premier League match or a Champions League match. And when your top players, like Casemiro, are not doing well, you have to start asking questions on the players themselves. Erik ten Hag is a manager that's had to deal with a shit ton of problems for Manchester United, on the pitch and off the pitch. Like I said, his entire back four has changed. He's lost a goalkeeper that he's had in 12 years. He's had right winger issues. 3 of his right wingers have been having issues. Anthony's returned, but he had a poor performance coming off the bench today. It looks like he's just having a bit of a rusty thing, a rusty element that he just needs to shake off. The players he needs to rely on: Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Christian Eriksen. Yeah, maybe they've been turning up here and there, but overall it's been underwhelming. And overall it's been shocking when you see the kinds of errors that those players make. And you have to feel for Erik ten Hag. And unfortunately, the buck stops with the manager, as we say here in America. The responsibility will always be befallen onto the manager. It's the truth. And I fear for his job. I fear for Erik ten Hag's job because he deserves this job. And it's not like sacking him is going to make anything better. These players need to fight. These players need to show up not just for Manchester United, for Erik ten Hag. And today, the 2 players that showed up, I mean, Rasmus Højlund had a good game too, as well as I thought Mason Mount was okay. Rashford, okay. Nothing too exciting. 3 players in particular stood out to me. Let's start with Diogo Dalot. Let's talk about Diogo Dalot first because I thought he had a good game. Defensively, he might look shaky at times, but when things are looking poor, he at least wants to keep the momentum going, at least going forward. If Diogo improves certain elements, getting a little bit stronger, being a little bit more defensively astute, there's a fantastic right back there. And today he had a great game. Offensively, he was constantly involved, constantly overlapping and underlapping for Mason Mount and for Anthony the entire 90 minutes. He put in an absolute demon of a shift and fantastic game for Diogo Dalot. The 2 players I want to focus in on are Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. And let's not sit here and pretend like we've all been backing these 2 players, right? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100, as we say. Let's keep it 100 here, as we say in New York. You know what I'm saying? If we're keeping it 100, Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay are 2 players that Manchester United fans wanted out. Harry Maguire in particular has been at the forefront of scrutiny, the forefront of criticism, and things I don't condone, which is abuse. But Harry Maguire, unlike other players in this team, has been mentally resolute, has shown the resilience, the strength required to be at a club like Manchester United. And Harry Maguire today put in an absolutely mammoth of a shift today, constantly switching the ball, constantly looking up. There are certain elements that Harry Maguire, if he fixes in his game, he could be a great central defender. I tell you, he's a decent defender. That's why he should have went to a club like West Ham, who have been doing well. But nonetheless, he's been playing for us, and the fact is fact, he's here. So is Scott McTominay, both players that we thought should have left, still here. And Harry Maguire has been, fair play to him, put in a massive shift today. He's been putting in a massive shift ever since he's been asked to come to deputize. And Harry Maguire, I just want to show him love because, look, credit's given when he's due. He had a great performance today. And Scott McTominay, let's talk about this. Scott McTominay, he's a player that we all know has elements of his game that are really good, like his strength, his presence. He's a fighter. You know he has that there. He's got a goal in him too, as we saw today. But one of the key elements for Scott McTominay, which I'm always concerned about, has been the almost, for lack of a better term, cowardice, fear. As a midfielder, you can't be afraid to show up for the ball. As a midfielder, you have to show up. You have to want the ball. And Scott McTominay has always never been that kind of midfielder. And that's why I always said that he might not have it for Manchester United. And who knows, this performance, yeah, it's a good 2 goals. And I'm so thankful that he got it for us, and credits to him, he was phenomenal. But he's got to build on from this. If he wants a future at Manchester United, if he wants to win our hearts, if he wants Manchester United fans to back him, he has to build on from this. He has to be given a chance by Erik ten Hag, and there will be questions asked for Erik ten Hag. What does he do? Does he continue to play poor performing players? What does he do? Given the chance, you have to take it. And Harry Maguire, I think, slowly building that. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be the center back, the starting center back for Manchester United, but he's showing up for it. Scott McTominay needs to continue to do the same. Great 2 goals from him. I couldn't be any more happier for Scott, but let's see what Manchester United can do. I don't know if it's unfortunate or not. International break coming at a weird time. Is it good for us, bad for us? I don't know. You guys can maybe get in the chat and let us know. But at the end of the day, Manchester United right now, we're happy. We're glad. 3 points in the bag. I mean, what more can you ask for, right, guys? My man of the match, I have to give it to Scott McTominay. I was going to give it to Diogo Dalot or Harry Maguire, but I have to give it to Scott McTominay. He absolutely saved the Manchester United here, and all the players can probably agree, and I think you guys can agree as well. But if you guys don't, that's fine. Get in the comments and let me know who was your man of the match. What did you like about today's game? What did you not like? Get involved and let us know, and consider subscribing to the United View. And if you guys enjoyed what I had to say today, consider checking me out on my channel at Good Vibes John. And that's it for me for today. Thank you guys so much. Like the video. It's free and helps a lot for the algorithm. And that's it for me for today. We'll see you guys sometime soon. Latest.